Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this presentation for May 14th, 2019. You know it helps keep my channel going when you guys subscribe, so please don't forget to do that before it's too late. And please ring the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos again. And as always, look in the description for other videos of mine with superior weather content that you will not find anywhere else. And please watch the whole video because this will be my 7th hurricane season outlook for today's video. And I'm 100% sure or 99% sure that you guys will find this very, very interesting. So, when I did my 6th Atlantic hurricane season outlook, the Weather Channel's slot was blank. Right, the one that says Weather Channel here. And, of course, just my luck, the day after I did my video, of course, now their outlook came out. So, thank God I have the outlook for this video. So, 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes for the Weather Channel. So, I'll let you guys take a moment to just to read these different websites, what they're calling for the hurricane season. And I took those 7 sources and I combined them all into one forecast. I basically added them up and averaged them out. You can call this like a mean, kind of, sort of. Okay, so 7 of these combined, averaged all out, are saying 12 to 14 named storms, 5 to 6 hurricanes, and 2 to 3 major hurricanes. Okay, it's kind of similar to what my outlook says. I'll actually show that to you right now. Please don't just look at this and turn the video off, because you guys are going to want to know a lot more. Don't just look at some numbers and say, okay, that's it. It's going to change. You guys are going to find it really interesting if you watch the whole video. So, 12 to 14 named storms is my outlook, 4 to 7 hurricanes, and 2 to 3 major hurricanes. And this is not the only thing I changed. My first 6th Atlantic hurricane season outlooks, I pretty much said the same thing. Now it's changed. I said average is slightly above average. Could potentially be the case. And we're actually going to look at some graphics here. So, the Tropical Intensity Index, Central America, Southern Caribbean, okay, definitely favorable for development right now. A couple of spots are slightly unfavorable across the Caribbean, but everywhere else is still highly unfavorable for development at this time. And as for dry air has been really low. And that's a big factor for hurricane season as well. Because you're gonna have that dry air that weakens those storms potentially. Now on the satellite, if you can see, looks like we have some storms coming off the coast of Africa. But again, it's way too early in the hurricane season. Don't even look out there yet. It's just too early for storms to start forming out there. But the oceanic heat, oh my goodness, look at this. Off the southern coast of Cuba, these yellows here are some very serious oceanic heat. You're like, well, why aren't storms forming in the Caribbean? Well, they could if it wasn't for one thing. Just one. And that's wind shear. We have had so much wind shear to talk about. And being in an El Nino pattern, that's what's going to happen. And in fact, the coastal Gulf, we have like 90 plus knots of wind shear right now. It's been going up over the past 24 hours. The Caribbean doesn't seem too terrible. I mean, but it's pretty bad, though. I mean, we're talking about 40, 50 knots of wind shear. But it's not terrible. And as for the 24-hour forecast, maybe the Southern Caribbean start to open up, like a little envelope there. Okay, subtropics and Northern Atlantic might open up as a gap as well to potentially have some TC tropical cyclones forming. And in the Northern Atlantic, again, there it is, that little envelope, even 2 days out. Southern Caribbean, that means you're going to have too much wind shear to have it interact with land. So if you got a lot of wind shear around your area, you're pretty much safe, at least from the permanent wind damage of these tropical cyclones. And again, even 3 days out, the North Atlantic remains a hot spot, so to speak, with low wind shear. Got some satellite, got some clouds and storms over the Gulf of Mexico, although they're not tropical in any way, they're tied to a storm system. And here's the dry air. Okay, these storms have no dry air in their way. Dry air is very limited and very suppressed for the most part. Of course, it's the time of year. By Africa, you're still going to have some significant dry air to deal with. But later on in the season, that will soon disappear. So, sea surface temperatures. Again, a little area of northwestern Cuba on the southern coast. Okay, western coast of Cuba, 30 degrees Celsius. So, like in the mid to upper 80s, this is really hot water. And we can see a widespread areas of 80-degree water setting up right now across the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, southern part of the Gulf Stream. And even the Gulf Stream taking all the way up to the northern mid-Atlantic. I mean, we're still in the mid-70s there. So that's some really warm water. The anomalies are about, they're usually like 1 to 3 degrees Celsius above average, which translates to about maybe like 4 or 5, 6 degrees Fahrenheit above average. And again, it's also in the case for the Gulf of Mexico. The Caribbean's been a little cooler though. Okay, 7-day changes came out of Houston. The anomalies have been cooling down. That doesn't mean your sea surface temperature anomaly is cold. It just means the anomalies have been changing and been going down. Now, this is why I think we could have a little bit more hurricane activity. In fact, I'm actually going to put this screen up. So that we were in an El Nino alert. That has now been downgraded to an El Nino watch. Which basically what that's saying is El Nino, chances of having an El Nino through this hurricane season have been cut down by about 20%, from 70% to 50%. So what this means is it's just a less chance for an El Nino to occur, still double the likelihood. It's just that a lot of models, like for example, look at all these models, okay? All these ensemble models that keep it in the white. A lot of these models are keeping it in the neutral phase, like around positive 0.4. And if we could dip down to a neutral phase, now it looks like we might get to our lowest around, again, the peak of the season, August and September. You could get down to positive 0.4, and that's considered a neutral phase. And here's NOAA, Nestis. I just like looking at this map. Now, I don't know how the color quality or the contrast is on your computer, but if you have some good contrast, you can see that we're starting to see some yellows. And the orange is starting to dwindle away, and we're starting to get replaced by yellows. Okay, if this is the case, you can see that the El Nino is definitely starting the weekend. Definitely starting the weekend. GFS model, okay, as far as the cyclonic vorticities go, not much. However, something to consider. I mean, this pretty much appears every time. Maybe we can have some twin storms developing. One in the Caribbean, one in the Pacific. Okay, third week of May. The models have been saying this for a long time. Third week of May could get active, so to speak. And you can see, some, again, a little tropical storm there heading into the, like around Belize City in Mexico. But if we look at, let me actually go back to this graph. So Nino 3-4 index, okay, not too long ago, like maybe like, I want to say like the first couple days of March, first few days of May, excuse me, first few days of May, the anomalies were like over like a degree above average Celsius, which that's like starting to get into the moderate El Nino range. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, we just tumbled down. Now we're in the neutral range. Now you can see the latest value, and this will change in about 1.5 hours. Okay, this will be updating at 9 o'clock. But positive 0.429. That's like down 0.7 from where we were, like, I want to say like a week ago. So definitely coming down with the sea surface temperatures. Not the temperatures themselves, but mainly the anomalies. And another graph that updated that I really want to show you guys. If I can find it. It's just basically going to be a chart that I'm going to show you about the chances of an El Nino. And it's not going to be too complicated to read, but you guys will be able to understand it. And the El Nino chances have actually been like in the middle. They've been upgraded and downgraded, and they've been changing over time. But all in all, they have been pretty much staying stable. And here's the 9th of May. Okay, here it is. Right now, we're at about a 90% chance for an El Nino pattern, which we're in right now. We should get to the lowest point around like September, October, November. We might have like a 55% chance or a 50% chance. But this is when you're going to have the lowest chance for El Nino, as well as the highest chance for a neutral. Chances for a neutral are about 35%. Chances for El Nino are about like 55%, and then the remaining percent is La Nina. Okay, La Nina chances will go up for this winter, but El Nino still looks to be the likely factor, or the likely scenario for this winter. But that's way too far out to tell yet. So this summer, 70% chance of an El Nino, and this fall we could have a 55 to 60% chance of El Nino, which is why we've been downgraded from a El Nino alert to an El Nino watch. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, if you want to keep up to date with my videos from my channel, please subscribe and ring the bell notification, share this with your friends. Thank you guys for watching. I am The Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.